So if you're anything like me, you can't go anywhere without your cell phone. Cell phones have just become a part of everyday life. But when you stop to think about it, it's kind of fascinating how our phones connect us with people across the world. So today I'm going to talk about Steve Jobs and the impact he's had on our world. So our main points are going to be Jobs' early life, the creation of his company, and how his inventions have changed the way we live today. Let's start by taking a closer look at how Jobs' early life was. Steve Jobs' early life helped him achieve many of his later accomplishments. He was born on February 24th, 1955, and given up for adoption. He was adopted by Clara and Paul Jobs. His father showed him how to put together and reconstruct some electronics around the house. This introduced Jobs to the field of electronics. He was especially interested in Heath kits, which were kits that you could get that came with color-coded parts and instructions on how to put together a real working device. In an interview with Computer World, Jobs said, "It gave a tremendous level of self-confidence that through exploration and learning, one could understand seemingly very complex things in one's environment." In school, Jobs was very far ahead of all of his classmates. He skipped the 5th grade and was asked to skip to high school, but his parents declined this offer. When Jobs was 13, he met Steve Wozniak, who would later become his business partner. He went to Reed College for 1 year and found himself bored in his classes, so he came back to California where he looked for a job. He worked for the video game company Atari for a while before quitting. He then became interested in his friend Wozniak's activities in the electronic business, which will start the history of Apple. Jobs' early life gave him interest in electronics, opening the door for the creation of his company Apple. Jobs created Apple in 1976 and worked there until his death. After creation, Jobs and Wozniak spent most of their time creating boards for their product Apple I. But then it wasn't until the creation of their next product, Apple II, that their company really took off. What was so special about Apple II was that it had color graphics, which was new to the computer industry. In 1981, he started a project called Macintosh, which was separate from Apple's main project. Jobs said that he and his team were like pirates against the rest of Apple's company, which he called the Navy. John Sculley, who was the president and CEO, and Jobs had misunderstandings which led to Jobs temporarily leaving Apple. Wozniak also left Apple in 1985 because of disagreements with Jobs. Wozniak said, "My motivation was to make a show-off product to take down to the computer club, while Jobs' was to make a product and sell it." While Jobs was away, Apple went through many CEOs, but none of them could keep up with their competitors IBM and Microsoft. So in 1997, Apple introduced Jobs as their interim CEO. They announced the iMac soon after, which started up Apple's success once again. In August of 2004, Jobs announced that he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was forced to take a brief medical leave. He came back just a few months later. However, Jobs left Apple permanently in August of 2011. Steve Jobs not only created a great company, but also impacted the world with his many innovative products. Jobs and Apple have released many products that have helped people across the world in many different ways. To show you how many products he has, I have a picture of just how many computer products that Apple has come out with. His products allow people to always be connected. With many apps available on your iPhone or iPad, you can always stay connected with friends through things like social media. There's also iMessage, which allows you to text for free using Wi-Fi or your data plan. Apple created their products so they can all be interconnected. For example, you can text off of your MacBook, or you can play videos from your phone on your Apple TV using AirPlay. So let's take a look at what all Steve Jobs has done during his lifetime. Jobs' early life influenced him by showing him the power of electronics and how they are made. He created a large company which changed the way the world works today. And his products have allowed people to stay connected as well as make their lives easier. Steve Jobs lost his battle to pancreatic cancer on August 5, 2011. Even though Jobs is not still working as Apple's CEO, his mark on the company is still seen today. Jobs will always be a large part of the technological community because of his tremendous contributions and inventions.